Zebb Quinn was just 18 years old when he vanished. It was January 2nd, 2000, his first weekend of the new millennium. Zebb lived in Asheville, North Carolina. He was a recent high school graduate, working part-time at the local Walmart and attending Asheville Buncombe Technical Community College. He was described as polite, quiet, and dependable. He didn't go out much, didn't drink or party. He still lived at home with his mother and sister. He had plans for the future. But all of that changed in a single night. That Sunday, Zebb finished his shift at Walmart around 9 p.m. He had plans afterward to meet a co-worker, 22-year-old Robert Jason Owens, to go look at a used car Zebb was thinking of buying. According to Owens, they drove in separate cars and stopped first at a gas station nearby. Security footage confirms that part of the story. Both Zebb and Owens were seen on camera at the store around 9:15 p.m. After that, things get strange. Owens told police that after leaving the gas station, Zebb received a page on his beeper. Remember, this was the year 2000, and he pulled off to use a payphone. According to Owens, after making the call, Zebb became visibly upset, telling him he had to cancel the car search and left in a hurry. That was the last time Owens claimed to see him. Zebb never returned home. His family reported him missing the next day. At first, there wasn't much to go on. Zebb was a responsible young man. His mother said he always called if he was running late. He'd never disappeared before. But days went by with no word, no activity on his bank account, and no sign of him or his car. Then, 2 days after he vanished, things got stranger. Robert Owens, Zebb's friend and the last known person to see him, was hospitalized. He told police he had been in a car accident, but the injuries didn't match his story. He claimed he'd been in a wreck involving another vehicle, but there was no damage to his car consistent with that. What he did have were injuries to his head, what police described as potentially self-inflicted. He also failed to show up for work the day after Zebb disappeared. Then, almost 2 weeks later, on January 16th, Zebb's Mazda Protégé was found. It was parked in the lot of the Little Pig's Barbecue restaurant, just a few blocks from the hospital where Owens had been treated. Inside the car were several odd items: a jacket that didn't belong to Zebb, a hotel key card, and a live black lab puppy, barely a few weeks old. There were also lips drawn in lipstick on the rear windshield, and a pair of lips imprinted on the glass, like someone had kissed it. Zebb's family said none of those items belonged to him. Whoever left the car there had also neatly wiped the steering wheel and door handles, suggesting an attempt to remove fingerprints. Police traced the page that Zebb received that night. It came from his aunt's house, but she swore she hadn't sent it. Investigators later discovered that the page had been made from her home, but by her roommate. That roommate was the ex-girlfriend of Robert Owens. She would later say that Owens had used the phone that night, and that she had no idea he'd paged Zebb from their line. Owens denied it, but the connection only deepened suspicion. Still, without a body, a witness, or a crime scene, the case went cold. Rumors swirled in the community about love triangles, jealousy, and cover-ups. There was speculation Zebb had stumbled into something he wasn't meant to see, that he'd been lured somewhere, that someone close to him had panicked, but there was never enough evidence to arrest anyone. Years passed, then decades. Zebb's family never stopped searching. His mother passed away in 2011, still without answers. His sister, Brandy, kept the case alive, appealing to the media and pushing for answers. Then, in 2015, 15 years after Zebb disappeared, Robert Jason Owens was back in the news. He had been arrested for the murder of a local couple, J.T. and Christy Codd. He pled guilty to killing them in their home, dismembering their bodies, and disposing of them in a wood stove on his property. The case was gruesome, and it reignited interest in Zebb's disappearance. Owens was now a convicted murderer, and he had been the last person to see Zebb alive. In 2017, police executed a search warrant on Owens's property in connection with Zebb's case. Cadaver dogs reportedly alerted to areas on the property, and fragments of bone were collected, but authorities have not publicly confirmed whether they were human. To this day, no charges have been filed in Zebb's disappearance. No remains have been positively identified, and Owens has not been formally connected to the case. But to investigators and to the community, it seems likely that the man who helped Zebb look for a car may have taken far more than that. Zebb Quinn has now been missing for over 20 years. He was 18 years old, 5'9", about 165 pounds. Brown hair, blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, jeans, and a gold necklace. His car was found. His friend is in prison for murder. But Zebb has never been found.